India's solar manufacturing industry is entering a decisive phase. For years, most Indian companies assembled solar modules using imported cells and wafers. But that era is ending. From June 2026, domestic solar cells have become mandatory for many projects. And from 2028, similar localization requirements are expected for wafers and ingots. This means one thing: the future winners may not simply be module manufacturers. The future winners are likely to be vertically integrated solar manufacturers. Today, we will compare five of India's most important solar manufacturing companies: Waaree Energies, Premier Energies, Emmvee Photovoltaic, Vikram Solar, and Saatvik Green Energy. Before we begin, an important note. Over the last few weeks, we have already released detailed standalone videos covering each of these companies individually. Those videos discuss business models, management quality, earnings calls, financial performance, and investment thesis in much greater detail. They are pinned in the description of this video. If you have not watched them, I strongly recommend that you do so. To avoid repetition, we will not revisit all those details again today. Instead, this video has a different purpose. We will compare all five companies side by side. We will focus on six critical questions. How fast are they expanding? How much backward integration are they achieving? How much capital are they investing? What are the major risks? What could happen to earnings over the next 5 years? And most importantly, what happens to valuation if management delivers on its promises? Let's begin. This video is intended solely for educational purposes. The projections discussed are based on management guidance, announced capacity expansion plans, brokerage estimates, earnings call commentary, and publicly available information. Actual results may vary significantly. This is not investment advice. Please do your own research before making any investment decision. The entire investment thesis begins with government policy. First came ALMM for solar modules. Then ALMM 2 made domestic solar cells mandatory from June 2026. The next major step is expected to be ALMM 3, covering wafers and ingots from 2028. This is important because India has plenty of module capacity, but domestic cell capacity and wafer capacity remain far below demand. As a result, companies that build cells, wafers, and ingots before competitors may enjoy superior margins. Government policy is effectively rewarding backward integration. That is why every company in this comparison is investing aggressively upstream. At the module level, India is moving toward overcapacity. Module manufacturing capacity may exceed domestic demand by a wide margin. That creates pricing pressure. But cells remain scarce. Wafers remain even scarcer. This is where margins improve. A module assembler earns the lowest margin. Add cell manufacturing and margins improve significantly. Add wafer and ingot manufacturing and margins improve further. The integration ladder is the margin ladder, and that is the central theme of this entire video. Waaree is currently the scale leader, Premier is the integration leader, Emmvee is the margin leader, Vikram is pursuing one of the most ambitious expansion plans, Saatvik is the smallest player but is attempting a broad diversification strategy. Today, all five are racing toward the same destination: complete vertical integration. The difference lies in execution speed. FY27 is not the destination, it is the transition year. Waaree adds major cell capacity during the year. Premier becomes the closest thing to a fully integrated cell manufacturer. Emmvee commissions its large Devnali expansion. Vikram begins its cell journey. Saatvik starts moving from module manufacturing toward integration. The key takeaway is simple. Most companies enter fiscal year 27 with integration gaps. Most of those gaps begin closing only toward the end of the year. Therefore, fiscal year 27 is primarily a commissioning and execution year rather than a peak earnings year. FY28 is where things become interesting. For the first time, All five companies benefit from meaningful cell integration. Margins begin improving. Operating leverage begins appearing. Earnings growth accelerates. Waaree and Premier start moving toward wafer integration. Emmvee enters its first full year of expanded operations. Vikram cell investments begin contributing meaningfully. Saatvik experiences its first full year of integrated operations. The integration ladder starts translating into earnings growth. FY29 and FY30 are where the real story unfolds. This is when wafer and ingot investments begin contributing. This is where the benefits of earlier investments begin appearing in financial results. This is where management execution gets tested. By this stage, these companies are no longer just module manufacturers. They are becoming integrated clean energy manufacturing platforms. The winners will not necessarily be the biggest companies. The winners will be the companies that execute most consistently. Every opportunity comes with risks. Waaree faces execution risk across multiple simultaneous projects. Premier faces balance sheet pressure because of its large capex commitments. Emmvee faces customer concentration and working capital concerns. Vikram faces execution complexity and governance related concerns. Saatvik faces scale limitations and execution challenges associated with rapid growth. These risks explain why the market remains cautious despite strong projected growth. The key point is that every company in this comparison has a different path to success and therefore a different set of risks that investors must monitor closely. Today, the market is assigning very different valuations to these companies. Premier trades at the highest PE multiple, around 32 times earnings. Waaree follows at roughly 24 times. Emmvee is around 21 times. Vikram and Saatvik trade at lower multiples. At first glance, this appears to be a straightforward ranking of business quality. But that is not entirely true. What the market is really doing is assigning different levels of confidence to management execution. Premier enjoys the highest valuation because investors believe its integration roadmap is the most visible. Waaree enjoys a premium because of its scale and leadership position. Emmvee, despite strong margins and a healthy balance sheet, still trades at a discount because investors want more proof regarding expansion execution and customer concentration. Vikram and Saatvik trade at lower valuations because the market remains cautious about execution risk. In other words, today's PE multiples are not simply measuring business quality. They are measuring investor confidence. Now look at what happens when we extend the analysis to FY30. This chart tells the most important story in the entire video. Every company shows significant PE compression. Waaree moves from the mid-20s to single digits. Premier falls from the low 30s to below 10. Emmvee compresses dramatically. Vikram and Saatvik move toward extremely low forward valuations. This is not because the market expects these businesses to deteriorate. Quite the opposite. The projected earnings growth is so strong that PE ratios fall even if share prices remain unchanged. Think about what this means. The market is effectively saying, we acknowledge the possibility of these earnings, but we are not willing to fully pay for them today. Investors want evidence before assigning higher valuations. Evidence that factories are commissioned. Evidence that cell lines operate efficiently. Evidence that wafer projects are completed. Evidence that margins improve as expected. So the compression you see on this chart reflects the gap between projected earnings and the market's current level of confidence. This final chart provides another interesting perspective. Instead of looking at absolute PE ratios, we look at the percentage decline in PE between today and FY30. The results divide the sector into two groups. The first group is Waaree and Premier. These are relatively mature businesses. Their PE compression is meaningful but more gradual. The market already believes much of their story. The second group is Emmvee, Vikram, and Saatvik. These companies show far sharper PE compression. What does that mean? It means the market is far less willing to price in their projected FY30 earnings today. The discount is larger, but potentially so is the opportunity. If execution succeeds, these companies may experience the strongest re-rating. If execution disappoints, the market's caution will prove justified. And that brings us to the most important insight of this entire analysis. Investors are not buying today's earnings. They are buying tomorrow's execution. The biggest wealth creator over the next 5 years may not be the largest company. It may not even be the fastest growing company. It may simply be the company that delivers closest to the promises it is making today. Before we move to the final verdict, one important clarification. The revenue, EBITDA, PAT, EPS, and PE projections discussed in this video are derived from management guidance, announced expansion plans, earnings call commentary, brokerage research, and analyst estimates available today. They are not predictions. They are a framework to understand how the market may value these businesses if management delivers on its stated roadmap. If you are finding this analysis useful, please support the channel. Like this video, share it with fellow investors, and subscribe for more deep dive fundamental research and long-term wealth creation ideas. Now, let's move to the final verdict. Which stock suits which investor? If your priority is stability and sector leadership, Waaree stands out. If your priority is quality and execution certainty, Premier stands out. If your priority is growth at a reasonable valuation, Emmvee stands out. If your priority is high risk, high reward potential, Vikram stands out. If your priority is emerging growth opportunities, Saatvik stands out. The solar manufacturing story is no longer about modules. It is about moving upstream, from modules to cells, from cells to wafers, from wafers to complete energy transition ecosystems. Government policy is creating the opportunity. Management execution will determine the winners, and valuation will determine investor returns. The next 5 years may create enormous wealth in this sector. The question is not whether the opportunity exists. The question is which management team can convert ambition into reality. Thank you for watching. See you in the next analysis.